Welcome everybody. BioApps Canada. It's our webinar to introduce you to the TheraEx BioApps system. Our slogan, there's a BioApp for that. This is an exciting new phase in healthcare, and we're really excited to bring this up into Canada. We'd like to share with you this evening what the BioApps are all about, and we're very pleased, and we have the developer with us this evening, and at the end of the webinar we're going to open up for questions that you might have, and with the man himself who's behind this, Mr. Richard Eaton. Let's start. It's a known fact that the human body is made up of a biological or physical half and an energy or electrical half, partners that are working constantly 24/7 for you at the speed of light, replicating, detoxing, and healing cells throughout our lifespan. Our physical body takes the brunt of the physical bombardment, traumas, whereas the energetic body gets slammed by electromagnetic toxins. Your patient's nutritional therapies address the physical side, and now you can bring in the BioApps to address the energetic side. Here's how it works. BioApps not only balance the energetic frequencies, but enhance the nutritional programs already in use by your patients. The delivery system for advanced healing considers the two sides. The biological side, the nutritional, food. The vibrational side, the frequencies, BioApps. The nutritional side depends upon neuroendocrine and hormones for delivery, and the frequency side relies upon the brain and neurotransmitters. This is the first time that we can bring a healthcare system together with both halves of the body being treated in-house. The benefits of the BioApps are 24/7. They enhance the body's energy field with low subharmonic energy that your body reads. The apps are made to stay on your body during any physical conditions while you receive the positive results. They act on the energy fluid in your body. Some of the advantages: 72-hour consistent ongoing benefit per app. It's easy for the patient to remember to change every 3 days. No side effects are experienced, but positive results can be immediate. The BioApps enhance nutritional supplements and medications effectiveness. I'd like to repeat that again. The BioApps will enhance the nutritional supplements and the medications effectiveness. The patient compliance is well because they're less struggling to swallow pills or foul-tasting fluids. BioApps have been developed as a complementary therapy program accepted by doctors and health practitioners as an aid to support and restore the body's energetic function. In recent studies of the human body, bioenergy frequencies provide an important and vital function in our lives. Emitting poor or dysfunctional frequency can determine one's health and energy. The manufacturers of BioApps understand the benefits of healthy functioning frequencies that emit from our bodies and study their energetics for duplication onto an advanced metallized material that is used in the TheraEx patch system. TheraEx patch app is made of a breathable elastic non-woven tape with a hypoallergenic adhesive backing. It is infused with the programmed disc, energetically charged with specific frequencies that enable the body to heal and balance itself. Each TheraEx BioApp package comes with 10 patches, a 30-day supply. Each patch lasts 3 days and stays on through showers, sweating, and swimming. And there's a picture on the screen. The latest apps now are circular, so the circle of the attached energy seal matches the backup. Here are some of the areas that the apps support: brain-heart, focus, circulation, blood sugar, digestion. In total, there are around 36 different applications, as you can see in the screen, and I'll give you a moment to go through them. Even an app for a golfer, the golfer's edge. Other products available are the Gravity Balance, for springs in beds, an EMR defender that can be applied to computers, to cell phones, TVs, to protect us against the transmissions of those frequencies. Pet products, one to calm down that separation anxiety pet that's left in the car barking all the time. A flea and tick protection. And for humans now, edible films that introduce sleep, stress, B12, strips that you place right onto your tongue and they're absorbed immediately. There's also an H2O enhancer to apply more hydration to the human body. Here are some of the pictures. There's the applications for the pets, your cell phone. We're really excited to make BioApps available to you. We are thrilled that anyone can use them without side effects. They're priced reasonably, and we believe this is the wave of the future in healthcare. Please get in touch with us. There's our phone number, 778-788-4325. There are our email addresses, website, and for taking part in our webinar this evening, we are offering you a 10% discount on your first order to get things going. So now comes the fun part. We're ready to receive some of your questions. And again, we're delighted to have Mr. Richard Eaton, the developer, here with us tonight. We do have to apply a little bit of technological back and forth here with the muting system, so please bear with us. We'll bring up a question, and then we'll introduce Mr. Eaton. He'll do the response, and then we'll go back and forth. So our first question coming out of the field is, how long has this been in use? And so we'll take that over to Mr. Eaton, please. Richard?
Yes, thank you. And it is an absolute pleasure to be on this webinar. And to answer that question, we have been doing this ever since 2002. And even though we started around 2001, I think we launched our first product in 2002 to medical doctors and therapists and a lot of different people that were homeopathic-minded in a sense. And we've really hit a chord to most of the doctors, and needless to say, it's been a success ever since that time.
Thank you. The next question is in regard to reports or studies or some form of statistic that can give this doctor an idea of the results. How would he go about looking for that?
And, you know, that's a very good question. We were asked many times, you know, how can we get some clinical studies made on this? And we're actually in the process of trying to develop as many as we can, but we need the cooperation from some of the doctors that we're actually working with. You know, what's really interesting here is that, you know, we started this back in 2002, I should say, and we really wanted to get a success rate going to some of the doctors because this was a product that is almost like you have to try it and get a feel for it, and then you get a reaction from it. And the studies that we are trying to get are more clinical, which means that we would end up having to spend a lot of money on doing some clinical research on it. But we're kind of waiting for several doctors that we're working with right now to kind of give us an idea on how we can work together with them, perhaps, and do some clinical study with their own patients. And that's really what we're after. That's going to be our next generation, you might say, of information, which will be probably coming out sometime by the end of this year or even sooner.
Very good. I myself have been using the apps on my patients now for at least around 4 months, and so I forged ahead just with the knowledge that this was the right step for me to take to advance my nutritional programs and ensure my patient of a way of receiving more energy from their nutrition, because we're providing the body with the messages. So I too do not have clinical studies, but I have very many very many pleased, happy patients, and personally, and here's the testimony from myself, using the pain and application patch for pain and inflammation, for some injuries that I received through my favorite sport of skydiving, and those areas that bother me after a long day in the office, the change has been phenomenal. And 2 days last week, I did not have my pain and inflammation patch, and some of that underlying agony that my foot would get into came back, and I noticed it in my emotions. And one of my secretaries said, "What's going on today?" And sure enough, I had put 2 patches on, and I left 2 off for 2 days, and I noticed it right away. Next question is regarding the strips. These are film. What exactly is the film made of?
Okay, and that is again a good question. We've asked for a certain kind of formula, and so what we did is we went to a company that actually produces dissolvable film strips. Now these are digestible film strips. They're kind of like, if you would look back at some of the products that Listerine put out for masking bad breath, and other products that are out there currently right now that are they're made of a kind of a simple gel product that is actually dissolvable into your mucus gland. Well, this particular company, we asked to do a special formula for vitamin B12 and for sleep and for stress, and which they allowed us to use that formula that would be exclusively made for us, and that's what we're currently selling right now, and it seems to do very, very well. There's a lot of people now that are getting kind of a kick on the vitamin B12 because it's almost like something that you carry around in your pocket whenever you feel a little tired or a little, not feeling right up to par. You just put one of these right on the top of your tongue and keep swallowing, and basically what it does, it dissolves right into your mucus gland, and it actually, you get the benefit of that vitamin B12 immediately. And so it's very safe, and it's been FDA approved, and the company that does this is basically out of, I believe, Florida, and they've done very, very well, and we're trying to get other products like an appetite suppressor and other things of this nature, but for right now, the product that we're currently selling right now seems to do very, very well.
And there's another question coming in. Is it a vegetarian gel, or is there any type of flesh or meat protein?
Oh no, this is all vegetarian type of a gel. There's no byproduct of an animal on here or anything of this nature. I shouldn't have said gel, which basically is a dissolved product that is made specifically for for people that do not have any kind of a problem with gelatin or anything of this nature. This is actually made for us that carries the vitamin B12, 100% of vitamin B12 directly into your bloodstream.
Very good. Another question coming in here is why is the recommendation of wearing time 60 days? Is there a particular sequence to that? Is there a reason for that length of time?
Well, that's a very good point. We've had some people that we've worked with in the past, I guess, that have had better experience, I guess, with the patch energetically to enhance the body. It seemed that whatever the issue is that you're trying to really get at, if somebody was in a pain problem, let's say, if you tried the patch for at least 30 days, you're going to be able to feel a difference in 30 days. Within 60 days, the body seems to almost eliminate the problem with pain, and after that period of time, it seems like you can go a lot further without trying to get back, to put another patch on. And it seems to work very, very well with other things as like stress. There's a lot of people that have stress-related problems due to either financial or emotional problems or whatever. And we're finding that when people get on a 60-day therapy process, it seems to do very, very well. 30 days gives you that feeling, gives you that experience, but that 60-day period seems to, you're able to recover and go back to sort of like normal way of thinking or normal way of life, you might say.
I'd add something in here that knowing that this method of infusion and dispersion is through the fluid part of the body, the red blood cycle is a 121-day cycle. Half of 121 is 60, which in a way seems to suggest that the application in the body for half a blood cycle is quite significant. I might add that I do have some patients with the more chronic conditions, and we've asked them to do 60 plus 60, and that's working out very, very well. We have another question here. With your experience with the doctors using this, is there a type of sequence or step-by-step that you recommend to somebody maybe start with the TheraCleanse patch, then go to digestion, and then move along? Without having a whole bunch of doctors yet with the seminars, which we hope to have, we will be inviting doctors on our webinars to address these clinical issues. But at this point, Richard, have you had any type of a system where the doctors are suggesting that you start with one app and then move to the next one, etc.? Anything like that?
I think that's another good question. In other words, what we found that seems to be very appropriate for anybody who wants to start using the patch therapy is to try something that they themselves feel comfortable with. We don't try to force any particular doctor to say, look, you really have got to get this particular patient on something. We let the doctor and the patient understand how the process works with energy. We then in turn give them all the tools that they could possibly muster. In other words, we basically give them an avenue in which they want to get into. If there's a chronic pain, for instance, or there's organ cleanse issues that have to be taken care of, that's why we came up with 37 or 38 different therapies right now. And each one of them seem to take care of a specific issue. We don't recommend that people put on 4 or 5 different patches just to see if they can outmaneuver the issue that they're looking at. But what we're finding is that most people that have addressed a particular problem seem to get great benefits from utilizing maybe 1 or 2 of the different of the 2 therapies. One of them we found, like with organ cleanse, for instance, we somewhat recommend that you can try the Healing XL with that as well. And that combination of patches seems to help whatever the issue that they're trying to do actually get healed faster. And so it's just a matter of understanding how each of these patches works and get a better understanding of how the patient is going through with them. And then we give, obviously, it just takes a little bit of time for the patient to understand what is it that they're actually getting introduced to, which is actually just pure energy from the patch.
Thank you for that. That seems to cover the questions. I might add just at that point that I too have found that in the chronic area that the XL has been the needed step on top of the chronic people to move things along quicker. Again, we're looking forward to bringing individual doctors with much experience onto our webinars, and we hope you'll stay in touch, and we'll get these doctors involved so that we can have more of this education. And I thank you Mr. Eaton. We are really looking forward to this application process up here and having you on regularly. Thank you very much. Doctors, please get in touch. When you get in touch with us and you're getting serious about this, we're going to send you out a sample package. It will have instructions, have doctor's notes in there,